Tiffany Joplin, the founder and CEO of Noah's Ark Consulting and Service Group, LLC. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Noah's Ark Virtual Interview Part 2. Noah's Ark Consulting and Service Group, LLC, established in 2022, is a consulting and service group that offers navigation through the world of family, education, and behavioral services. For our communities to thrive, we must address three critical areas that have been systemically impacted: family, education, and behavior. This interview was designed to introduce Noah's Ark educational platform. Today, we will be addressing educating students under the umbrella of supplemental services. Our educational and bilingual specialist, Dahlia Reese. Welcome.
Thank you for having me today. Excited to be here.
All right, good. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself, Dahlia?
So I have been in education for 18 years. I am bilingual certified, but I'm also special ed certified. And I'm currently working on my diagnostician certification, so I can move to that area as far as an expertise as well.
Ooh. All right, so let's just dive into this interview. So my child or my student qualifies for special education services. Now what?
So during this PD, what I would start to develop is basically looking at those IEPs and looking at what suggestions do they have. Often we attend these meetings as teachers or as parents, and that part is usually skipped over as far as the recommendations. And I think it's actually the most powerful area that we should be looking at. So basically during that PD, that would be something we would be structuring towards.
All right, thank you for giving that expert advice. Also, what if the child or the student does not qualify? What happens next?
So there we can talk about what systems we have in place in school, as far as MTSS, which used to be RTI. So then we would touch a base on that as far as what services schools can offer.
All right. What about how can a teacher or parent help increase a TELPAS scores?
So for those people that don't know what TELPAS is the Texas assessment that they give to all students who are qualified as ELLs or second language learners. And these students every year get tested. And in order for them to exit, they must meet a criteria. So one of the things we would focus on is what is the criteria and how we can increase it, and what can we do as parents and as teachers to increase that so that they are able to exit.
Wow, so much great input. What about language acquisition? How does that work among ELLs levels?
So language acquisition has several steps. And one of the majority of the steps that we have to keep in mind is that the first one is silence. Often students will not talk and will not participate, but they are absorbing the language. And so as educators, we must be aware in what level our students are at so that we can continue to challenge them to actually use the language properly, orally and written, and able to read it as well.
Wow, you're sharing so much great information. I'm sure that people would love to have Noah's Ark come in and give some wonderful workshops. One more question. I hear a term called readers theater among ELL. What does that mean?
So this is an amazing strategy that has been very effective and has great information that supports ELLs to actually improve the reading. And this would be a training where we would talk about how it improves it and actually have examples of readers theaters that can be used.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Dahlia. We really appreciate your expertise. We thank the audience for joining Noah's Ark Consulting and Service Group LLC second professional interview, where we introduce our specialist, Dahlia Reese, who is bilingual and special education certified and also working on her diagnostician certification. Today's interviews are being facilitated virtually on Zoom and sponsored by ronrichcbd.com and Environmental Chemical Enterprises, ECE. For further information about Noah's Ark Consulting and Service Group, LLC, you can click in the description below and learn more about us. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening.